Let's talk about liquidation events. You mentioned sometimes it ends up, a 10-year deal ends up ending in 3 or 4. How much variation should investors expect to see there? How often does it liquidate early? How often does it go past 10 years?
We haven't had any go past 10. I would say I think the general, you should generally think 5 to 7. I think is probably the fairest estimate. And if they go sooner, they're going to be going at a it'll have been a fantastic deal because it's not the way we're buying. It would be anomalous to have a submarket shift on you so much in a 3-year window that you're like, hey, we need to get out. So really, the early sales are really a function of the fact that someone was willing to buy at a level we didn't expect, and it would be dumb for us not to take that.
Let's talk about liquidity options during the hold period. Obviously the paperwork says there's no guaranteed liquidity. Practically speaking, how often does a person or their estate actually get a liquidity option?
Um, we get requests probably 4 or 5 times a year. Typically, they're due to hardship. If they're on a single asset deal, because we do both single assets and fund, if they're in a single asset project, it's more often than not they're able to sell and get back what they invested. They'll basically sell at par, and we have that occur. Like I said, a few times a year. The way the process will work is we can't guarantee a market, and you kind of don't want us to because that means we have to hold dollars that aren't working for you just to create liquidity. But what will happen is the investment group gets offered, and this is in the LLC document. This person would like to sell. Here's the amount. If you're interested, let me know. We'll put the two together, help them complete the transaction, and then they're out. So it doesn't happen very often, but it does happen. On the fund side, those are trickier. Typically, we don't see a lot of fund liquidations. If it's in a fund vehicle, you should expect that illiquidity to be a stronger feature.
The hosts of The White Coat Investor are not licensed accountants, attorneys, or financial advisors. This podcast is for your entertainment and information only. It should not be considered professional or personalized financial advice. You should consult the appropriate professional for specific advice relating to your situation.